Welcome to the third segment of Bernama today. My name is Fabian Narcis. Together with me is Clovis.
Hello, good morning. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. And Louis is here to talk about HD television production and techniques, right?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Let's talk about HD in general, because in Malaysia, there are many HD TVs. Astro got about 6-7 channels. Unify TV has more, I think, if I'm not mistaken, right? So what is HD TV? What's the significance of HD TV? And let's go more detail of what you see more than clarity.
Well, HD basically is high definition because it is actually 5 times more from what we have actually experienced in conventional TV. So because of that, it changes the way we are entertained, you know, in our daily lives. Right. Take for example 3D gaming or 3D, game at home.
Right.
Things are more realistic right now.
True.
Okay, you're moving into a different era.
True.
Digital cinema now at home becomes more realistic. And with the availability of HD, it gives you the option of Dolby Digital surround sound as well.
5.1.
Exactly, or even 7.1.
7.1, yeah.
These days, yeah. Then you got 3D stereoscopic. 3D stereoscopic can only happen when there's HD.
Right. Oh, okay.
Okay, so you got 3D glasses, you know, putting on and watching things like that. It moves you into a different dimension. You know, it's just how we entertain and how we want to perceive images in a more realistic way. Right. So HD gives you that option. That's why the industry sees this as another opportunity to move from one paradigm to another paradigm. Right.
You know, one day somebody gonna come up with some idea to come up with a screen that has 3D without wearing the glasses.
Oh, there is already.
There is already, right? I heard of it about 2 years ago.
That's called autostereoscopic. But it's an industry that's still lagging. The fact that the technology to do that requires a lot more. You see, autostereoscopic works on sweet spots. Okay. You have to be at the right position to see a beautiful image. Once you go off a bit, then it goes off.
Because I watched football in 3D before, and I didn't really like it because it wasn't as real as, you know, I watched it on the 2D.
You should see it now.
Really?
A lot of things have improved. Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe one day, because no one has a 3D TV at home. I mean, I don't.
The pubs in the UK, what they have done is actually put, I think it was LG or Philips, put a whole bunch of 3D TV in the pubs, and when they played the Olympics, the pub was just fully booked. You know, they had glasses for everybody and things like that.
Right, so it's like people coming to live and they're running in front of you and all that,
correct.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the masterclass session, right?
Yes.
So let's go in straight to this session. What are we expecting from this session? I mean, what are the trainers going to teach? Okay,
this 3D masterclass is actually a concise version of a 2-week session. Yeah. Okay. Of course, we can't cover everything, so we're just going to cover the essentials. Yeah. The essential covers basically is how to do setup. Set props like this, how to adjust lightings, how to set up the cameras, position them, how to direct somebody, how to do makeup, you know, so that you get better clarity and things like that when you shoot an image, as well as the color grading process, the video editing process, okay, and also how you finish and actually send that material to the TV station.
Right, so it's more of a production house sending
a workflow, yes.
A workflow.
Complete workflow.
Right, okay, so the trainers are Kevin Mapp and John Dominic.
Yeah, they're from UK and also France. Okay. These are 2 guys who have actually been around the industry for a while. They've actually worked in a lot of TV stations around Europe. Okay, Kevin Mapp especially, he's been with Walt Disney Television. Okay, he's been an art director, an artist, graphic designer, prop setup, builder, those kind of things. Jean Dominic is more of a DOP, director of photography. Yeah, and he
camera angles.
Correct. Yeah. You know, what's a beautiful spot, set up the lightings, everything.
Okay, so what will be the equipments that's going to be used? Are they going to be the latest technology, or are they going to be like two? Okay, you know, old and new.
Okay, it's a combination of old and new, basically, but it's all HD. Okay. So what we're going to have is basically some camera gears from different manufacturers. Correct. We also have the jib arm, dollies, tracks, and things like that. Understand. Lights, a green screen at the back, and things like that. And we'll have a couple of models in front, and we'll show people how to take these kind of images, bring it to the computer, do compositing effects, and things like that. But it is all in HD method. You see, right now what's happening in the industry is not everything is fully HD. True. Okay. They're shooting in HD, yes, but when they're doing editing, it's all back to the old standard definition.
480.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So that doesn't become, you know, the real deal. You know, so we try to teach them the proper method, because the amount of information, HD is uncompressed, so it involves a lot more hard disk space. It requires more knowledge and how technically.
Is software a problem in Malaysia, or it's available, right?
It is.
Yes, just the computing
processing power and things. So you need a good Mac or HP, with good processing power to do some good editing, visual effects and things like that.
Okay, so that's going to be covered. What was going to be covered for again? It's going to be covered post-production, pre-production.
Yes.
Is it the workflow?
The whole workflow from acquisition, that means camera works right up to finishing, editing and things like that.
Okay. Now, what do you see in the future of HD technology?
Okay, actually, our current technology is very much beyond HD already. Although HD is 5 times more than the conventional TV, we are beyond HD, meaning to say that we are in a 2K world. HD is 1K. We are in a 2K and 4K world. That means we are 4 times HD.
Right. Okay.
All right. So looking at this fact, the fundamentals of HD is still not grasped by a lot of people. The understanding of technology. So when you go to 4K, you get really confused because you're looking at 4 times better than HD quality. That means the sweat popping out of your pores. You can actually see it in detail.
Right.
A lot more detail. Yeah.
Okay.
So you need to know how you store your data, your information and things like that, and how cameras are used. You
see, there are a lot of people that got confused by HD and full HD, right? Because marketing out there is not correct. A lot of people just say, oh, it's HD, and people will be thinking it's full HD, right? It's 1080i, and then 1080p, and then it's 720, right? So what's the difference between all these formats?
You see, prior to HD becoming available in terms of technology-wise, a lot of people were already pushing HD, the definition of HD. But because it's not 1080p, which is actually full HD, they started marketing it as HD. But in fact, it was actually a simulated HD.
Right.
Okay.
So it just stretches to 16 by 9?
Correct. Using special devices just to make it look HD. Even most of TV stations right now are not truly HD. They are just simulating a HD quality.
Okay.
So unless our complete workflow goes HD, that means from acquisition, from camera to editing workstations to visual effects, everything goes HD, then you see a final HD quality.
So you're saying that the TV stations in Malaysia are not HD yet, all of them?
They have components of HD.
Correct, they have.
They are not transmitting full HD as in that real deal.
Okay.
So it's all fairly simulated.
Okay, so I was just wondering how did they transfer through the Unify line, because the Unify line has a maximum speed of 40 or 60. Then how they transfer that to the
HD
houses?
has another compression, for this kind of things they have various different compression like the H.264 method of actually compressing it down but retaining the highest quality possible.
Understand.
Yeah, that's how they do it.
So currently, what's the digital filmmaking technology that we are facing? What we are lack of here in Malaysia?
What we lack of in Malaysia is basically good knowledge. Skillful people in this kind of thing.
Experience, maybe.
Exactly.
Okay.
From DOP, what we call Director of Photography.
Correct.
The new job is now called DIT.
Why?
Digital Imaging Technicians.
Oh.
Okay. This is a new skill that's coming up really fast, and it's a money-making skill.
Okay.
And also, people out there are just getting geared for it and things like that. The only problem is, it is not respected here. It's only this kind of jobs are respected abroad because the demand for them are so wide. High outside. Here, because we are still very much on our second wave of this, this technology. Okay. So people are still trying to grasp, the importance of these kind of people and pay them their values worth.
Okay. Any countries that are already transmitting HD in full HD?
Yeah. You got Japan, Australia.
Australia.
I think Singapore is one of TV stations also on HD already.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, US completely. UK, yes, yeah.
Okay. So the job placements. Let's talk about job placements in Malaysia, right? Okay. If let's say, I came from a broadcast background, and whatever you put here is what I studied last time.
Oh, fantastic!
Right. I'm just wondering, right? Would this actually benefit? What would it benefit to the students? Because you're saying that the students in second or third year would benefit from this as well, and also job placements in the industry right after we graduate. Where shall we go? With all our skills that we have.
See, the difference between this kind of trainings and internships are different because what you see in the real world cameras and what you go through uni and colleges are totally two different sets. That's why we encourage parents, to bring their students, whether they're learning right now or not. Let them experience these 3 days. These 3 days will actually change how they perceive the real world.
Right.
Okay, the industry now requires. There's a big studio coming up in Johor in 2014. And they will require at least about 3,000 to 4,000 staff.
Right.
Okay, employees.
Understand.
We can't supply.
Right.
The market demands it, but can't supply, and it takes 1 complete year to train an individual to become competent enough. In these kind of areas.
True.
And then RTM is going digital in 2014 as well.
Yeah, I heard.
So if all the good guys tend to go to all these great places, who's left behind?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
So we need
there's a lot of opportunities for students, definitely. There's a huge working market here, right?
Yep.
Now, so let's talk about how much is the cost.
The cost is actually 1,249, but if you see me and Bernama today, I'll give you 1,000 ringgit flat fee.
1,000 ringgit flat fees. And how do we get in touch with you again?
Email us at info@cinecastexpo.com or call me at 012 2020 624.
Okay. There you go.
Okay.
012-2020-624 or the website cinecastexpo.com/HDTV.
Yes.
All right?
Register online, let us know. It's highly possible that we might just go out of a venue and just shoot outdoor scenes as well. So we need you to register.
Right. Yeah. Thank you very much for coming in this morning.
Yep.
We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we have Eleanor Abdullah together with Bill Duval, and they will be talking about a website called infogo.com that sells online music. You can take your music wherever you go. Stay tuned.